The United Nations Refugee Agency says the number of displaced people worldwide hit a new record last year. The UNHCR says 110 million people were forced from their homes. Russia's war on Ukraine is the main reason for the rise. Over 11 million Ukrainians fled the fighting last year. It's more than a quarter of the population. Also, there are more Afghan refugees living in Iran than thought, and the number of Venezuelans crossing into Colombia and Peru has been revised upwards. Chris Melzer is the senior spokesman in Germany for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. What's the most significant part of this report?
Well, it is the 10th time that we have a rise in the numbers. As you have mentioned, it's now 110 million. So this is 1.3% of humankind that is uprooted. And make no mistake, we are talking not about migrants, people who are looking for a better life or who are starving or something. We are talking about people who are really forced out of their homes by violence, by war, this is a disaster actually for humankind.
So what is the UN Refugee Agency calling on governments to do?
What we need is now support for the refugee and for refugees and for the internally displaced persons. 76% of the refugees are living in states and countries with low and medium income. So the rich parts of the world are not taking their share. At least they should support other host countries. On the other hand, of course, we need political solutions because more than half of the refugees are just from 3 countries, from Ukraine, from Syria, and from Afghanistan. And we need peace, we need rule of law, we need safe environment for these people so that they can return.
And how do you get richer countries to take on more refugees or a fairer share?
Well, at the end of the year, we will have the Global Refugee Forum, and I think that will be a good stage again to find solutions. On the other hand, we have good examples. Let's take Germany, for example. Germany is the 4th biggest host country, and at the same time is also the 2nd biggest donor of UNHCR. But of course, there are many big and rich countries who are probably could do more.
How do you convince governments to do more then?
Talking, showing them what is possible, what could be done, showing the world that it's in their interest that refugees can go home, that refugees find a solution, and also showing probably positive examples. Yes, 110 million people are displaced. On the other hand, more than 6 million people could go home last year, especially internally displaced persons. So there is hope, there are solutions. But we all have to work on more and better solutions.
It's also a debate about the bureaucracy, isn't it? I mean, processing these refugees, getting them homes, getting them jobs as well, and integrating them into workforces to see that there can also be a benefit.
This is indeed difficult, and of course we are asking for flexible solutions. On the other hand, of course, states have the right and the interest to make sure that everything is in their interest and that's everything is going more or less smooth. But yes, indeed, sometimes we think in some countries it could be smoother. By the way, not only for the benefits of the refugees, also for the benefits of the states, for example, because as soon as a refugee could find work, could integrate itself, it's also a big plus for the society.
Exactly. It's being given that opportunity that's important. Chris Melzer of the United Nations Refugee Agency, thanks very much for being on DW.